takes a throw in. So long. And here is the first goal of the day for Plateau United. Plateau won by also nil. What a goal! That was controversial, but still holding the ball here. And now lovely interception from Ambrose. And there's a long ball there. No offside. The flag brought down. Albert Hilary. 1-1 with the goalkeeper. Albert makes it 2-0 the things to Yakubu Adams. Adams beats Inyoye. Long ball. And Hilary. And there's a third for Hilary. What a day in office.
Here between Plateau United and Bayelsa United. A decent game Albert Hilary has had, a decent game Yakubu Adams has had. He's been able to, man the midfield, and we're seeing similar opportunities again from Nerot Silas, who is looking to make it 4! And always in the perfect positions. Back to Daniel Itodo. Nerot Silas, who goes a little bit deep, and he passes to Chineze Izuchukwu, who makes a strike. That is a beautiful goal! A beautiful assist for Nerot.
Agu! He scores! His first goal for Rangers this season. What a moment! What a time to do that!
Captain Malamo Taufik, he would take the resultant corner kick. He swings it in. Ball still in play, it's a header, and it's the first goal for the game. It comes off the head. Wabarike Collins just set it straight in to Kelechi Nochiri. Could be the goal now they're waiting for. Nochiri missed it again. Yakubu, that's a Nochiri, and there's an equalizer for the Ochendo boys. 1-1. No, actually, the penalty was for Shooting Stars, but here's a name now right now, and he scores. Easy peasy for the most experienced player on this pitch. It's a crazy affair right there at the back. And Pascal Nwabweze breaks away. Pascal is 1-1 with the goalkeeper. He squares it. And ladies and gentlemen, it definitely has to be a goal. Samson Abi was there, but was dispossessed. Ayodele Bamidele. Christian Piagbara now, it's a goal. The fight back is on.
Elifemi on the cross. They've not got Ekerete Udom here today, so they need to make do with the other players available. Oshimaga, not the best of clearances, but somehow it's gone in.
Eddie Tagoye isn't resting. He knows how dangerous a one goal lead can be. He knows how volatile it can be.
Oh, brilliant goal! He's the top scorer for a reason.
They haven't picked a point actually away from home. The one they picked was the one they played at the Pantami Stadium against their city rivals, talking about Gombe United. In the meantime, here comes Robbie.
Giving you some MPFL games there. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni G Shafe. Well, it's always good to promote our own, no matter how it looks. Rome was not beaten the day. We keep moving, and hopefully we'll get there. Well, in the studio with me, usual suspect on Tuesday. That's Olawale Peters. He's here, smiling. I'm sure. I don't know why you're smiling anyway.
Good morning, Adeni, and it's my pleasure to be here once again. Yes, and we have to showcase our own. No matter how it looks, that's the part that caught me and smiling. And I think the NFF, they have a lot to do. Because if you look at the stadium, you'll be asking yourself, are they all playing in this country called Nigeria? We saw the Remo Star pitch. We saw the one of Plateau. We saw the one of Abia. We saw the one of Sunshine also. We can see the disparity. As are they playing in a secondary school? Or are they playing in a standard pitch? We'll continue to say this. There is a loss that the government needs to face right now. A lot is going on now. So this is not the time for them to be playing politics with football. This is the high time for them to release whatever old they have on football and allow people that want to invest to make it better. Look at Red Monster. Look at their stadium. It's a standard stadium. Look at the Sunshine also. It's a very good stadium. So that's what we are talking about. But no matter how it is, we'll continue to showcase our own. It can be improved upon and it can be better, and it will be better one day.
It actually be better one day. Talking about Nigerian Premier Football League, also the Nigerian WFL. All these leagues needs a little touch here and there, and we get it better. Really, like I said earlier, Rome was not built in a day. We keep pushing, and someday we'll see a very, very glamorous NPFL or other leagues in Nigeria. Away from football, let's talk about the handball team. As we speak right now, Nigeria under 18, under 20 teams are already in Ghana for the 2024 IHF, that's International Handball Federation trophy that will be coming up in Ghana, where teams will be playing in different categories. We have the under 18 boys and also under 20. They will participate in this competition right now. We look at the under 18 male handball teams that will be participating in their groups. We have Nigeria, Benin Republic, Ghana, Togo. Nigeria under 18 team will face Benin Republic at 2 p.m. Nigerian time. That will be today. They'll be playing against Benin Republic, Ghana, and Togo. Ghana is the host nation. And for the under 20, we also look at the teams that will be playing. We have Nigeria, Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Liberia, and Togo. The under 20 will face Liberia at 8 p.m. Nigerian time on Tuesday day. That will be coming up. All those games coming up today. Now, let's look at the list of those boys. The under 18 right now in Ghana. Farouk Karim, Aziz Sulaiman, Christian Folaki, Samuel Obabori, Adragbemi Ganiu, Sahabi Atairu, Mustafa Isiaka, Rufaya Liu, Sulaiman Yusuf, Musa Muhammad, Mustafa Muhammad. You have Sani Sulaiman, Sulaiman Fashino, and Olua Tobiloba Abode. Their coaches, we have Emeka Namani and Ayo Joshua. They will be at the end of affairs to see how these players can actually do well for Nigeria in this competition that will be starting today. Well, for the under 20 handball players who will also be playing today, we have John Shagari, Christopher Shofemi, Matthew Sunday, Obaro Ugoja. You have Karima Jibike, Bola Mukaila, Akurede Kuti, Olayinka Akombi, Emmanuel Joseph, Abdurrahman Abubakar, Al-Mustafa Abubakar, Umar Shitu, Yusuf Ibrahim, and Oluwagbenga Ojo, coached by Fidelis Obi and Innocent Owanko. Those are the two coaches that will be with them for the games that will be coming up today. Well, looking at this team, the two teams are battle right now. Our under 18, under 20, they are already settled in Ghana and they want to play this competition. And it will be good because a lot of in fact, rivalry there. We have Cote d'Ivoire there, we have Ghana, we have Liberia. All of them are there trying to see how they can fight against us in these two categories, under 18, under 20 boys. Your expectations?
It's going to be very tough, and I see this more of an West African derby. And if you look at the under 18, we are talking about Nigerian, Togo, Ghana, and Benin Republic. And if we are talking about the under 20, we are talking about Nigerian, Togo, Ghana, the same Benin Republic with the addition of Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire. So that means it's going to be very, very interesting. But the good thing about this is it shows that we are not only on the jet of Africa when it comes to the round leader game, also when it comes to the round robin structure, like they normally call the handball game also, we have a lot at stake. And most of these players, they are young players, they're even from the academy. Like the Farouk Karim and Co, Solomon, they all came from the academy. So it's like we are catching them young, and this is an opportunity for them also to showcase their talent that they have to the larger society, to the world. And what is my expectation between the under 18 and under 20? I'm sure one of them will come back with the trophy. No matter how difficult it may look, yes, you are going to play with the host country, but gone are the days where you want to play, and because you are the host country, you believe you have the edge over others. In fact, you're going to be under pressure more than others because everybody now wants to do host and win. So that means you have a lot to contend with. So I think the boys will make us proud, like they always do.
Hopefully they'll make us proud. Talking about the under 18 and under 20 handball team from Nigeria. Male teams now participating in this competition. IHF tournament coming up in Ghana. Starting from today, they'll be playing against Benin Republic and also Liberia by 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Wishing them the best. They are coming from Lally Peters. Now we move away from handball as we talk about it. And when it comes to sport in Nigeria, we know that Nigerians are always very good in it. The only thing we lack is about administration and also issue that has to do with money. The welfare of athletes is very paramount. And you can't take anything away from them. Most of these players, by the time they come back and if you interview them, you'll be surprised what some of them will be saying. But for handball, handball, volleyball, those federations are doing their best to make sure these athletes don't suffer at all anytime they are going for competitions. And now we move away from there. Let's talk about AFCON 2025 that will be coming up in Morocco. Morocco will be hosting for next year, but right now the preliminary round draws holds today. The preliminary round draws that has to do with lower teams in Africa. Well, we look at those teams in Pot 1 and also in Pot 2. Let's look at Pot 1 now. The draw will feature the 8 lowest ranked teams in the FIFA classification. In Pot 1, we have Somalia, Djibouti, Sao Tome, and Chad. That's in Pot 1. You look at this is Pot 1 now. They are going to have 8 lowest ranked teams. Let's look at Pot 2 now of the preliminary round. We have Mauritius, South Sudan, Liberia, and Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland. The home and away matches will be played during the FIFA date from 18 to 26 March 2024. The 4 teams that will qualify will join the 44 teams that were exempt from participating in the group stage.
And that shows that they wanted to go around. And to me, I don't think there's a lower team in Africa again. From our experience at the last AFCON, there's no lower team again. You'll be surprised most of these teams, the likes of Liberia, Mauritius, South Sudan, they will come and they will surprise everybody. So I think we should tighten our belt against what is going to happen during the next AFCON in Morocco. The North African also, it has been very long that they won this competition. I think the likes of Egypt won it last. So that shows that it's going to be very, very tough. They will come out en masse to support themselves and to support their own when it gets to probably all of them are eliminated. So I don't think it's going to be a lower team. Let's see who qualify. You can't really say for now. You may be looking at it on paper that, okay, probably it's going to be Somalia, South Sudan. What are they really doing in football? But when you get to the pitch, you'll be surprised how they will play you, because they'll come with determination, they'll come with the dedication. It's like you are fighting someone that's already that is already down. So they have nothing to lose. So that pressure will not be on them. I'm looking forward to see the match. I will personally watch all the matches to really see the surprises that is ahead of us come 2025.
And if you look at this particular AFCON, in fact, the AFCON 2023 could be actually tagged the killing of the giant. Yeah. A lot of big teams you were expecting to perform were actually ousted from the beginning of the tournament. And then from quarterfinals to semi-final, begins to see a lot of teams being egged out. In defending champion Senegal, with their squad, with the seriousness in that particular team, they were also egged out. And we saw Equatorial Guinea, Cape Verde, what they did in this tournament. Surprising enough, like you said. This particular 2025 will be tougher because all the teams they've seen that, oh, we can actually do this if we play well. Sao Tome, South Sudan, Mauritius, all of them will be battle ready.
Yeah, I think the preparation for 2025 should start right now. Now, and we'll be looking at, we still have about 18 months before the time, because they are contemplating of playing it between June and July next year, so that it will fall during the summer, which some people are really criticizing already. That no,
why are we shifting it?
That will be during the raining period in Africa, and take it or leave it, it's going to affect the performance of the players. I need to just stick to our February or January that we did recently. Whatever the situation is, we have to be battle ready and be prepared. One good thing that came out of our AFCON success is that we have a team. We have the resources. What we lack is someone to manage it, take it or leave it. Because what the players did during the AFCON, I see it as more of their individual brilliancy. It's not about the tactics. It's not about the techniques of the coach. I would say that 100%, because if we have a very good coach with the talent that we have, the abundance of resources, talent that we have in that team, nothing stops us from beating Côte d'Ivoire at the final. Because what we need to do is to watch their game, to know that this team, they are the biggest and the good comeback king of the AFCON 2023. They did it against Mali, they did it against Senegal. So that means when you are leading 1-0, you don't need to withdraw back. What you need to do is to make sure that you lead them by 2 to 3 goals to nothing. And you are playing a host country where you have about over 50,000 against less than 10,000. You know the crowd, you know the support. So what I think we really need to do right now is to look at what we really need to do. What we need to do to get a very good coach, to have a very good technical team that will support the players, and let's start the preparation against 2025 because we have a lot at stake between now and that time. We have to play for 2026 World Cup qualifiers, and this is something that we shouldn't joke with. We didn't go to the last World Cup in Qatar. We shouldn't miss out again in 2026, Mexico and USA. We have to start that preparation right now. So that's what I think we need to do.
And an irony there, that particular match saw Cote d'Ivoire playing their best match and Nigeria playing their worst game. What a way to go there for AFCON 2023. Hopefully, Eagles will actually prepare for the continental qualifiers there. Well, talking about that particular one, we're moving, we're talking football now, but yesterday, some games were played in Europe. Let's talk about Monday result. 2 matches I will pick for you. Everton against Crystal Palace. Let's look at Monday result there as it actually went down. 1-1 draw between Crystal Palace and Everton, even though Crystal Palace now, they have a new manager in place of Roy Hodgson there. Well, 1-1 ended. And you look at that game, Everton against Crystal Palace, where you expected this scoreline?
Yeah, definitely, because it's a battle of relegation. If you look at both of them, nobody's ready to take any chances.
Any chances at all?
No, they're not ready to do that. So they have to be very compact and very calculated. If I cannot win, let me go for a draw. 1 point is still better than no point at this stage. So that's why I look at it that so the best both of them can get from themselves, irrespective of the issue that happens between both of them, is going to be a draw. And you saw how technical the game was in the first half. It was more like mass defense, mass attack. Nobody's making any mistakes, any chances. So I'm not surprised about the scoreline ending 1-1.
Well, looking at the scoreline there, 1-1 draw between Everton at the Goodison Park against Crystal Palace. If you look at the side of the table right now, well, let's look at the table. You look at Everton, 17th, and you look at Crystal Palace, 15th. Like you said, both of them, they share the spoil. Okay, it's better not to lose. Let me just hang on to that rope of surviving relegation. Yeah. Look at Everton, 17.
Yeah, because if Everton didn't, if they have lost
their game,
that game yesterday, it would have been disastrous for them. Also, if Everton have lost the game, also it will be disastrous for them also. So the best thing they can do is for me to lose the 3 points, let me just try as much as possible to hold on to 1 point and continue from where I stopped. Let's hope and see if the appeal by Everton, in which they got 13 points deducted from their points, can be upturned. Maybe that will give them some buffer. But for now, they have to play with what they have. Currently, sitting 17 is not the best for them, and even Crystal Palace also 15 is not really the best for them.
So both of them are not safe.
No, they are not.
They just have to work out. They are talking about Crystal Palace and also Everton there. Well, another match that took place yesterday was between Atletico Bilbao against high-flying Girona. Girona, really, they've been surprising everyone this season. Well, they lost out against Atletico Bilbao, Yankee Williams among the scorers there, looking at the result of yesterday. But if you look at how the table is for Spanish La Liga, Girona, despite that loss, are still high-flying, like I said. They are second on the log, 56 points. And you look at Atletico Bilbao, after that win, they got 49 points, standing 5th on the log.
Okay, I think Girona, they've done a lot this season. This is going to be their 3rd lose in this season. They've only lost to Real Madrid, both home and away. They lost the first one 3-0, second one 4-0, making 7 all reply go to Real Madrid. Apart from that, they've been winning or drawing all their matches. So losing yesterday's match, maybe it's fatigue, I don't know. But their last match was against Real Madrid, which they lost 4-0 before they lost this one 3-2 again. But they should be proud of themselves. Why? We are talking about a team that got relegated in 2019. They spent 3 years in relegation. They came back to La Liga just last season and they finished 10th. So from that 10th position they finished last season, look at where they are currently now, 2nd, dislodging the likes of Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. So that shows that they really came determined. So whatever happens, I think they should keep the pace. And it's very funny, the same Girona, we saw how they performed or how they played when they are playing with the likes of Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Maybe they allow the tempo to go a bit down with Atletico Bilbao. And Atletico Bilbao also, they have something they are fighting for. What are they fighting for? They want to make sure that they get that Champions League spot. So that 5th position is, because if they have lost yesterday, the gap between them and Atletico Madrid will have widened by about 5 points. But now winning the game yesterday is like giving them an hope that, definitely the top 4 projects is still on. So it's a very good one, and that is how I think league should look like. Not something that once you start from the beginning, you know who's going to be the top four. Look at Premiership, for example, also. Nobody can tell you, nobody can say this is who is going to win the league this season. It's still between Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. It's whoever blink first. You blink first, you lose out. So I think that's how competitive the round of that game should be.
Now, just because before we move, let's look at the table. Like you said, if you blink, you are out. Liverpool 57, Arsenal 2 points adrift. You have Manchester City 2 points adrift. Arsenal. You have Aston Villa also. Now, if you look at these three, let's even say Aston Villa have 49, and still they are still fighting for it. Tottenham Hotspur 47. That's 10 points between them and the top team. That is Liverpool. Now, between Liverpool down to Aston Villa, anyone can still make it, right?
Well, between Liverpool down to Aston Villa, I think it's possible, but it will be difficult. But to me, I will categorize this table
on 3
into even 4.
Okay.
Okay, now the first is the top 3 that will be fighting for the league. And who are the top 3 that will be fighting for the league? We've seen them: Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. If Man City should win their match, which I think is a must-win for them tonight, they will move from 53 to 56. So that means what we'll be having now will be 55, 56, and 57 among the top 3. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, the second phase will now be who will qualify to play in Europe next season for the Champions League. Let's start with. So that battle will now be between Aston Villa and Newcastle and Manchester United, because 44, 47, and 49. What's the point difference? Just 5 points. So anything can still happen, and they've only played 25 matches. So they still have about 8 matches to play before the end of the season. No, sorry, pardon me. They still have about 30 matches to play before the end of. They are playing 38 matches. So that means that's the second phase. The third phase will now be who will play in Europe, who will play in Conference League also. So that shows that it's going to be very, very interesting. Even the Chelsea and the likes of West Ham that you are looking at now, nothing stopped them from still qualifying to make 7th position. Because if you look at the gap, the point difference between Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, and Chelsea, just 3 point difference. It's just 3 point difference. And irrespective of what anybody will say about Chelsea, let me speak for Chelsea fans. I've seen you smiling already. Whatever you are going to say, they are between 1st to 10th. They are in their best position. They are in their birthright position. So that's the 10th position that they have now. And they still have about 13 matches to play. So
actually,
don't be surprised.
I heard someone say from 10 to 11 to 12, that's their normal place.
That's not their normal place. Their normal place has always been 10.
But really, I give you up to Chelsea for that match against Manchester City. I dug my heart for them, because a lot of people were actually tipping Man City to win that game, outrightly. But I love the fact that they came out against them, and it was a share of sport.
Okay, sentiment apart, and let's face the reality, because we're talking about sport this time around. If you look at Manchester City this season, they've not been doing very well against the traditional top 4. Against Tottenham,
they struggled.
It was draw 3-3. Against Chelsea, the first leg they played was 4-4. Against Liverpool, it was 1-0. Arsenal defeated them. They only defeated Manchester United by 3-0. So that means, again, the traditional top 4, they really, really struggle. And Chelsea, their problem this season is inconsistency. If they are playing against the top team, you see their bones, their energy. They'll borrow it from Super Eagles to make sure that they do everything possible not to be defeated. But that will not win you the competition, will not win you the trophy. So you are losing to Wolves, you are losing to Bournemouth, you are losing to Sheffield United, you are drawing against Luton, and you are winning or drawing against the top team. That is the problem they are having. Apart from the fact that they are having a striker crisis, which to me it is not an excuse. We've seen what Pep Guardiola did. He played false 9. What you need to have is to have sense and goal sense to be able to make what? To score the goal. So that is not an excuse for them. So I'm not surprised about their 1-1 draw, but that is not really impressive. What is impressive is for them to really live up to expectation. You can't spend such amount of money and you still be on 10th position and you say you are happy because you drew against Manchester City. Come on.
Nkunku and Jackson.
Sorry?
Nkunku.
And Jackson.
And Jackson.
Yeah, Nkunku is a good player. Unfortunately, injury is really affecting him. He has been struggling since he came to Premier League. Jackson, he has body but doesn't have engine. So what he just needs to do is not to kill his morale, to continue using it. He's someone that has a very energetic, very athletic. So he's not a player that you should put up front. Let Jackson continue playing the role he played on Saturday. Let him play behind a striker. Let him play from the midfield. You will see that definitely will perform better.
Hopefully, this will be gotten by the coach of Chelsea there, Pochettino. He needs some handout. Is it very possible? No one knows it all. We're talking about Premier League there. But before we go to Italian Serie A. Let's talk about a particular club. Two stories about them. Napoli, they call them the Partenope. Napoli sacks Walter Mazzarri, replacing with Slovakia boss Francesco Calzona. Calzona right now is in charge of that team right now. Let's look at that particular story. Still talking about Napoli now. I said 2 in 1. Let's look at the second one. Napoli could move for Boniface as a replacement for Osimhen. Not actually Boniface alone. They listed about 5 players. Zagzi, not forgetting even AFCON, Nigerian star player. A lot of them talking about Napoli. 2 in 1. They sacked their manager Mazzarri. They brought in Calzona. 3 coaches this season.
Okay, I think they're having a boardroom crisis. That's the truth, but they are not letting it known to the outside world. You can't have three coaches within a season. We're talking about a team, a club that won the league with 90 points last season. Currently, they are 9th on the table and they are with 35 points. It's totally uncalled for. So I think they really need to find whatever the problem is and resolve it. As far as Osimhen is concerned, the best thing for him is to leave Napoli, because the truth is that as a footballer, you have your peak and you have your time. If by next season, Osimhen is out of contention, take it or leave it, it will be forgotten. So what he needs to go is to go to a club that will be competitive in winning their domestic league and actively playing in the Champions League. So that's what I think Osimhen needs to do. So there's no club that can provide him that opportunity, that a club that is struggling up front, that they've created most chances, but they are unable to score. Chelsea, the best destination for Osimhen.
I just accept that as because of the fact that I love the way they play against Man City. That's 1-0. Anyway, we have to wrap up the show now. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Olawale Peters, thanks so much.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here.
Adeni G. Shafes, but it's always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.